Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kerbal Space Program. The game where I steal government tax dollars to conduct my very important experiments on the voluntary test subjects to push the limits of space exploration, whether that's slamming into the atmosphere at 60 kilometers a second or ejecting Jeb at half the speed of light. This game's shenanigans truly knows no bounds. Today I only have one goal, the moon. And yes, the moon, not the mun. Because despite Gabe Newell's best efforts,
and I've never thought to myself that realism is fun.
I do prefer some realism in my games. Some of the small collection of mods I have included in this playthrough are Sol, which gets rid of the stock system for our real-life solar system. Kerbalism, which adds life support and part failures, so no more sending your Kerbals on 34-year interstellar space chair missions. Alright, enough wasting time. Career mode, crew respawns off, but I am keeping quick saves and reverts on just so I can get those nice cinematic shots. Let's begins. Once loaded in, we are greeted with more realism with this little pop-up window. This is Kerbal construction time, which adds build time to rockets. In stock KSP, you could basically print out rockets as fast as you want. This mod makes sure that my Kerbals are working triple shifts in the mines, making sure Piss Rock Mark 32 is ready for launch. At the top we have science, reputation, and funds. Science is gotten by doing experiments and is how we progress the tech tree. Reputation,
don't be rash.
Nobody cares about. And funds are gathered by doing contracts and is how we build craft. Speaking of craft, let's head over to Mission Control, pick up our first 2 starter contracts, then head to the VAB and get to building. I present to you the frickin' amazing capsule catapult shooter. Let's roll this magnificent rocket out and launch.
2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
Well, we made it in one piece. Well, a few pieces. During the launch, we were able to get 32 science points to pick up the first few tech nodes. For our next launch, we have the same goal as the last one. Up. But just better. To do this, we have created the frickin' amazing capsule catapult shooter Pro. The engines have been upgraded to a liquid fuel engine so we can get more. But first, can anyone tell me the difference between a solid rocket and a liquid fueled rocket engine? Are we serious? We have a literal rocket scientist, the Saturn 1B, and... Hey, wait a minute. You're not supposed to be in this universe. Get the hell out of here! Oh, where was I? Alright. When it comes to rocket engines, you have 2 types. Solid rockets and liquid-fueled rockets. The difference is in the name. Solid rockets, also known as SRBs, consist of a chamber filled with solid propellant that has fuel and oxidizer already mixed into a rubbery substance. It just needs a spark, and it explodes. Slowly. Because of this, there is no way to stop an SRB once it ignites. Liquid-fueled rockets have its fuel stored in separate tanks before being pumped into combustion chambers and then igniting. This allows us to turn the engine off and on and even throttle the engine, allowing for more control. The frickin' amazing capsule catapult shooter just consists of an SRB, making it equivalent to a glorified firework. The frickin' amazing capsule catapult shooter Pro uses a liquid fueled rocket engine. This makes it much more sophisticated. Let's add launch clamps and launch. One second, let me just, oh, there we go, much better. Don't worry, Val, you'll be fine. Once we reach space, we decouple the booster, do some science, and wait to fall back into the atmosphere. Wow, this has been a really non-eventful flight. And we just lost the mystery goose science, which means we're getting an absolute Mbappe special of science points when we get back.
For example, nothing. For the moment, nothing.
At least Val survived. After that slight failure, I realized that I couldn't launch a Kerbal into orbit until I had heat shields unlocked. The researchers at the S3 space program haven't figured out how to stop our Kerbals from turning into fried chicken when coming back from orbit.
Now just stay like that, you're doing great.
Are you sure this is the only way we can do this?
Yes, you're doing great. Now just stay there.
So while waiting, I quickly launched a satellite up into orbit and picked up a few extra science points, so we could finally unlock heat shields. But who cares about satellites? It's only cool if the payload has feelings and emotions. So we have created a new rocket called the Big Kahoo to get our Kerbals to a promised orbit. What am I saying? But first, can anyone in class tell me how to get to orbit?
Um in eine Umlaufbahn zu gelangen, muss man nicht hoch genug steigen, um der Schwerkraft zu entkommen. Es geht vielmehr darum, sich so schnell seitwärts zu bewegen, dass man die Erde beim Fallen ständig verfehlt. Außerdem bist du ein miserabler Lehrer, du Hochstapler.
Sure. I'll explain it again just in case someone missed it. Orbits. First thing that we need to make clear is that gravity doesn't stop once you reach space. I could be in the Andromeda galaxy and the Earth would technically still be slightly pulling on me with this amount of force. So the biggest mistake that you can make is flying straight up thinking you'll just stay up there. Earth will make sure you come right back. So how do we not fall back to Earth? We go sideways, really, really fast. In fact, we go the length of 31,509.121 Big Macs per second. Or if you're boring, we go 3,800 meters a second. At that speed, as we fall to the surface, we move horizontally fast enough that the surface of the Earth curves away. Now, I should make one small note that in stock KSP, orbital velocity is a bit less than in quarter scale Sol. But I'm sure that won't cause me any issue. Alright, let's go.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me. Here too much raining.
And we're short of orbit. I guess that 1,800 meter per second difference is a bigger difference than I thought. I guess we'll just have to splash down and try again. Wait a minute. Wait, no. No, that was the drogue chute! Where's the main chute? Wait, but... Oh, there's supposed to be a parachute in there. Well, bye, Jeb. After fixing the suspiciously parachute-shaped hole in the rocket, and did another launch with Val just to make sure that I had fixed it, and then moved on to the arguably larger elephant in the room, that the shit-fuck rocket that the Big Kahoo was couldn't get to orbit. So we stole a design from NASA, changed it ever so slightly so that I wouldn't be sued, and called it the IFA? I'm genuinely writing the script right now. I have no clue what that was supposed to be. Whatever its name is, it is far superior than the Big Kahoo. It consists of a large liquid fuel core, 2 solid rocket boosters to help it get off the ground, and a super efficient upper stage to push it to orbit. If this doesn't get to orbit, I don't know what will. Val, please don't die. We have no more pilots.
Sorry.
Crew respawns off, but I am keeping quick saves and reverts on just so I can get those nice cinematic shots. And for that one time, my engine blows up. Oh look, it's the first attempt at this launch. No objections, am I right? Yay, we made it to orbit. After doing a victory lap, we do a bunch of science, then get bored. So we turn around and come home. When we get on the ground, we do an EVA report just to get a few extra science points, as well as a few victory jumps. Back at the Space Center, we head straight to the research building to unlock heavy rocketry, to ensure that we can get Queso to orbit. Then we head over to Mission Control and find this gem. This lunar flyby contract will give us all the money we would need to land on the moon. In last mission, we had a bunch of fuel left in orbit. What if we just stripped the EFA down, called it the Johnson Mark II, and launched it at the moon? And we completely missed. But why did we completely miss? To understand how we missed, we have to understand how to get to the moon. Now in stock KSP, it's super easy. Get to orbit, then wait till the moon rises on the horizon, burn, and you're there. The moon is a little different. First, you can't just launch whenever you want. You have to wait for a launch window. A launch window is when the Earth rotates under the target orbit. In an example like this, it is quite easy to eyeball when the launch window is. Trying to do this with the moon, yeah, it's a little more difficult. Almost impossible. Now, there are tools in the game and mods that I have downloaded to tell you when launch windows are. But they require a level 2 tracking station. Mine is level 1. Next is transferring to the moon. This is a little simpler. Basically, the angle between your spacecraft, the Earth, and the moon has to be about 30 degrees. And that point is where you burn your engines to get an encounter. Again, there are tools like the maneuver node that make this easier, but that needs a level 2 tracking station. Mine is level 1. Now, class, if I were to ask you, why did I fail getting to the moon? What would you say? Well, Esther Sig, maybe because he didn't have a... Wrong! Let us watch the launch to get the true answer. As you can see, the Johnson Mark II is currently halfway through what some would define as a flip, and the engine may be pointing the wrong way. In fact, the fuel margins on this flight were so tight that this one flip during the launch meant that there was no way we were ever going to be able to make it to the moon. Well, because of that, we are now in a bit of a predicament. We only have 120,000 funds left. That might sound like a lot, but that's pocket change when talking about spaceflight. So there's only one thing left to do. Time to grind some contracts. Our first contract was to put a probe into a polar orbit, and with that completed, it was time to upgrade the tracking station and go on a bit of a side quest. The side quest was all the way to Venus to grab some science for our lunar landing. The Venus mission allowed us to unlock all the tech nodes that we would need for our lunar mission, but it did kill our finances. Luckily, if we're smart, we can complete these two contracts in one mission using a super cheap launch vehicle by putting a space station on top of a space shuttle solid rocket booster and putting Bob inside. Good luck, Bob. The entire space program is counting on you. Now with the space station orbit, we just have to wait until the 30-day endurance contract was completed. While we waited for that to complete, instead of just sitting around, we took our new bolstered finances and new tech to create the most powerful rocket ever created, the Zhejiang Prism. This rocket will finally complete the lunar flyby contract. Godspeed, Val. With the newly unlocked tech and tools, we were easily able to get on a flyby trajectory. Things are finally looking up. All we have to do now is get Val home, and then go get Bob. And of course, nearing our moment of triumph, my mortal enemy struck. Time warp. Alright, parachute deployed. We are home free. Oh my, what? How the hell did that happen? Holy shit, Val is dead! Val is freaking dead! I killed Val! Oh my god. There's no way. Holy shit. No way my fat fucking fingers just fucking killed Val. And to make things worse, it didn't get any better when we tried to go get Bob. Alright, Lagrim, let's go check on Bob. There's the hatch. And board. Oh, Bob. Where's Bob? Oh, potatoes. Bob. Where the heck did Bob go? There's no one in here. Maybe he's down here? Where the heck? Where's Bob? Bob? Wait. There's no Bob in here. I was very confused that Bob had disappeared, so I went back into the footage and found this on day 105. Bob's life support would run out on day 112, but the rescue craft would be ready one day earlier. But when I time warped, I began to read my completed contracts and may have missed an important message. Yeah. We have officially killed Val, Bob, and Jeff in gruesome, horrible deaths. Anyways, none of that matters because for some reason all of the contracts completed. Because I guess hitting Earth at 26 kilometers a second is returning, and leaving a Kerbal 30 days in orbit said nothing about returning home safely. So now we're stacked, which means there's only one thing left to do. The Saturn V rocket. The only vehicle in human history to take humans to the surface of another body. It consists of 3 stages weighing over 5 kilotons, with the first stage producing over 5 million pounds of thrust. It is one of the greatest human achievements in history.
9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Ignition. Liftoff. Roger, clock. Clock stop flight. That's stalling. Roger. Ready, car. Roger, we got a roll program. 5-5. Roger, all 3.
Wait, you actually thought that we were able to make that? There's no way that that could end up in the budget. We don't need that NASA trash. Instead, we have built this. The greatest and most beautiful rocket ever created. The MBEB. Alright, for real this time. Let's time warp to a launch window and get going. Now that we are in lunar orbit, we can kick Lager and Kerman out of the main command pod as she voluntarily gets into the lander. With that, land time. Wait. Oh shit, that's not how it's supposed to happen. That decoupler is in the wrong way. Does my engine still work? Only one way. Okay, good. Engine still works, but we're gonna have to get rid of it. While building, I had flipped this decoupler upside down because it looked nicer. Unfortunately for me, decouplers only separate at the top, so we still have this useless decoupler attached to the lander. But my monkey brain had a genius idea on how to get rid of it. Wait, I'm just gonna land really hard and then maybe the decoupler will break, and then I can land on the landing gear. Hopefully. Come on, Legarim. We got this. Maybe a little bit of a bumpy landing. Almost there. Just hold it at 13. And... oh, shoot. Pull up, pull up, pull up! Pull up! It's not pulling up! No! No. There goes my solar panels. Ah.
Another happy landing.
Lentilman and Gades, we have landed on the moon. Yippee! Some may have noticed one small issue with the craft. Yes, of course, the batteries are clipping through the service bay. Yeah, alright, the lander's stuck on its side. Our solar panels are gone, and we currently have barely enough power to keep Lagrim alive. Oh well, time to plant the flag to commemorate this achievement. After doing a very scientific EVA, it was time to find a rock to prop the craft on so we could try to get back to orbit. This rock looks nice. Now observe carefully as I take off perfectly, first try.
First try.
And for now, that is the end of our journey. I do want to continue this again at some point because there's so much more to do in this game. But I need a break from it and would love to work on other videos for other games. But who knows where I go next. I could drop planets on people. Drop the sun on your ass! Die! Yes. Generate more power than humans will in the entire existence of our civilization. All because I forgot to turn my bathroom light off as a kid. Or maybe show two friends on a journey into the descent of madness.
Hey, buddy! Hey, fire woman! Get the fuck over here!
Charge, 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 charge. But for now, thanks for watching, and see ya!